Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's Andre the Khan. You know what's going on. You're now tuned into the Khan TV. Before I start off this episode, go like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so every time I go live, anytime I post, you will be the first to know. I'm just outside in nature. Shout out to Spiritual Soul. If you know Spiritual Soul, comment below. Give a like for Spiritual Soul. Because he's dope. He does that geyser. That dude lit. I like Spiritual Soul. Anyway, man. I've just been out here just walking for literally the past hour. Like on COVID, I go on dumbass long walks. Like sometimes 45 minutes to an hour and a half. I'll be walking 3-4 miles sometimes. Before the gyms open back up, everything's closed now, but I was walking at least 3 miles a day, bro. A mile and a half in the afternoon, then later in the evening. And what I've been learning on these walks is that it's a form of meditation. You know, sometimes I'll get a little high, you know what I'm saying? Not too high, but a little high, and just go on a walk. You know, listen to music, listen to a podcast. It just kind of gives me an excuse to get a break and have some time for myself. And I've been trying to walk lately without any music. I've been trying to take in everything that I'm seeing, you know? And it was a bird. I was like, what the hell is that? And with all the information that I'm digesting right now, it's predominantly spiritual and revolving around the self. And it's funny, guys, the type of stuff that self-help, the self-help industry is, I don't know what it is now, but it's people who just spit out platitudes, or people who spit out just generic ass advice, oh, you gotta work hard, or oh, you gotta believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? These people, man, are taking advantage of society's low self-esteem right now, and I can't blame them. You know what I'm saying? I can't blame them at all, honestly, because people nowadays need some type of help because they can't help themselves. You know, that's what I realized, and this is coming from a person who's read maybe 40 self-help books. You know, that's all I read is self-help books. You know. Now, are all of them, I guess, good? Are all of them as helpful as I thought? No. A lot of them, I could tell you, are straight bullshit. And I could tell that this person just took the opportunity to write something in a damn ebook, because it's so easy to drop content and to make free stuff. You know what I'm saying? You don't really have to do a lot, bro, to drop an ebook or to sell somebody information. And this isn't a diss to anybody who's credible and who does this. You know what I mean? I understand. If you are the living proof of your own advice, then shit, go ahead and write an ebook and give it out. But dog, if you are a college student and you're in hella debt like I am, what the hell do you look like writing a book about savings? What the hell do you look like writing a book about having financial advice? You know what I'm saying? The biggest thing that I see the self-help industry destroy is spirituality. You know, this whole mindfulness, this whole wellness shit, I am not fucking with it, bro. And why? Why am I not? Because you can't buy a course. You can't go on a long retreat and become spiritual. You know what I'm saying? They selling y'all false spirituality. Jiddu Krishnamurti, in this book I'm reading, he says there is no organization, there is no mentor, there is no religion, there is no form of system or belief that can actually unlock your spiritual capabilities. See, I see a lot of these guys on YouTube doing this whole 90-day semen retention, nofap, what I learned about spirituality. You know what I'm saying? And these motherfuckers be having, I don't know, they're just mad buff and do yoga and shit. I'm like, dog, What does this guy know about spirituality, bruh? You know what I'm saying? This is the thing, man. Every human is a spirit trapped inside the flesh. You know what I'm saying? Exercise through the mind. You know what I'm saying? Experience through the body. You know? And you're born with that. You're born a spiritual being. The problem is, with a lot of us, is we've been indoctrinated with authority, with parents, our family, with our peers, with our coworkers, with our teachers, our professors. You know what I'm saying? The state even. We've been so indoctrinated with someone else's belief system that when it comes to ourselves and who we are, we don't even know. Because the identity that we have is based off our environment. It's based off where you grew up. It's based off your family makeup. It's based off of your socioeconomic conditions. It's based off of a lot of things. Unfortunately, race. Did you hear that? It was a weird ass sound. But I don't understand. Actually, you know what? I do understand. I do understand why people are so clinging on to certain people to bring them to truth, or certain people to bring them, or certain organizations to bring them to spiritual truth or whatever. And that's because people need something to cling on to. People need a belief system. We need to believe in something. So whenever you don't believe in anything, people look at you crazy. And this isn't to be like some God doesn't exist, some atheist stuff, because I do believe in a form of God, but it's definitely not what they teach in the Bible. It's not this, I don't know. It's not like this monotheistic representation of God. And I'm still learning what God is, to keep it 100 with you. I'm still learning what God is, but I know it's not what they tell me in the Bible. I know it's not what they tell me in the Quran. I know it's not what they tell me in, you know what I mean, the Torah. You know what I'm saying? And Jiddu Krishnamurti says that truth is a pathless land. And I thought that was so powerful when he said that. He said truth is a pathless land. What does that mean? What does that mean, truth is a pathless land? Let's think of it like this. Truth is a destination, is it not? When you study science, when you study religion, whatever form or whatever organization you're a part of, or whoever you listen to get truth about life and what life is, they are selling you a route to the truth. And that method is the route to the truth. Whether it be science, whether it be religion, whether it be academia, however it is that you decide to arrive to truth, or however you think you arrive to truth, you take a certain route with a certain method. And truth is the destination. That's the land. Now let's think about the method, the path. He calls it pathless. Pathless. Less of path. There is no path. He's basically saying, like, look, truth is a destination, but there's no route to get there. And that's so contradicting, because it's like, how do you get somewhere if you don't have a route, or if you don't have no GPS or certain navigation system, aka a method? How do you get there? You can't. You can't get there. And this is what makes truth so complicated. Not only our feelings about truth, or what truth is, the conceptions and perceptions of it, but in its entirety. Because you have a lot of people out here arguing what truth is. So much so that they'll actually get drunk off of the false truth that they've adopted. So I look around and I see everybody, including myself, trying to get to truth. For some of y'all, the truth might be very violent. For some of y'all, the truth might be very peaceful. I don't know. But what I do know that because of our human limitations and our perceptions of life based off our experiences and the relationship of the self and life itself, it's become so nuanced. It's become so many different perceptions about what life is that we've broken truths down to something that's relative. And this relativism of truth is a product of our limitations as humans. Meaning, I can only see and do what I can do and see. You know what I'm saying? Like, a person who has one leg is going to have a different experience than someone who's born with two legs, right? Or people are born with certain cognitive cognitive disorders, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe something that's different in their mind, in their software, you know what I'm saying? So they look at life differently. And because we have all these different things, we have who we see ourselves as. We have how we experience the I or the self. And I noticed that not only in my own life, but with other people as well. See, I think as collectively, we can maybe through dialogue or discourse or something, we can come to a overall general statement of what we believe the truth to be. But there is no rational truth. There is no rational method to gain an absolute truth. And that's why I agree with him. I do think that truth is pathless. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that there is a direct way to truth. And anytime that you think you found the truth, something comes in and curbs you from actually understanding the truth. You know? And I mean, like I said, we all have our personal truths, true things that are true to us and things that are true that we believe. But what we believe to be true and what is truth are two different things. And too many of us nowadays, I don't know what it is about today's era, about today's generation, or today's people, but people think that they can just be anything they want to be. People think that life is ultimately subjective. And to an extent, yeah, I see what they're saying, meaning like our experiences with life are subjective. You know, personhood is subjective because of individualization and all this other stuff. But also, too, there are things that are objective about us and objective about the reality that we live in. And I think a realist is someone who's able to take the subjective and personhood of their life experience and mesh it with the objective or realistic perspective of life. Meaning like little Johnny who's 15 years old and started playing basketball at 13, but he like 5'8" and want to go to the NBA, he most likely not going to go to the NBA. That's some real shit. I'm not saying you can't play basketball, you can't be a part of basketball, but little Johnny, you're 5'8", you're skinny as hell, you know what I'm saying? Listen, bruh, look, going to the NBA, I don't know. Go ahead, good luck, man. I'm not going to talk you out of it because everyone has a right to chase their dreams, but I'm just saying, I don't think that's realistic. And then people want to bring up, whoa, you have like Isaiah Thomas and people like Spud Webb and da-da-da. Okay, listen, if that's the case, then your basketball IQ must be on point. You know what I'm saying? Your basketball IQ must be on point. You must be a real athlete. You know what I'm saying? You guys got to stop using exceptions as models to your own life. You have to understand it as a system of probability. But that's a different topic for a different day. I mainly just wanted to talk about that because I thought that was real interesting. Truth is a pathless land, and truth is the destination. That's where we're all trying to go. But because of our experiences and because of our limitations as human beings and what we perceive, that that prevents us from actually coming to that actual destination. Because you can be in a completely different destination and think that that's truth, but it's really not. You could be like damn Columbus when he thought he found America but landed in the West Indies. So that's all I really wanted to talk about. On to the con. I'm out.